everybody. I'm Robert.
And I'm Henry.
And we're just two guys, 2026.
And we're talking about crazy dating adventures that we've been through. And man, we got some stories to tell you. You're not going to believe the insanity that's happened. And I'll let my friend here start off.
We all have crazy stories to tell. And I only have really one good one that I can remember. And I was only 20 years old. And I'm not mentioning any names because I'm still friends with this person. So I was at a club in DC called Trax, iconic to the DC metropolitan area. So, and I was 20 years old. We'd get there before cover. Cover started at 10. We'd get there at 9:30. And so I met this individual. And I was like, oh, he's really cute. And we were 20 years old. And so we exchanged phone numbers and we were planning to go out on a date. And the very first date we had arranged, I'm going to his place. He was going to cook dinner and serve some wine. So I get there and everything's really nice. He's got a nice little setup on the floor like a picnic. And so we're having a good date. And things kind of got hot and heavy. And I kind of also wondered why the air conditioning wasn't on higher. It was really hot in that apartment.
They were cheap.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, you just let the cat out of the bag. Anyway, so I was on top of him making out. And the windows were open. The big bay window was open. And of course, we all do recognize cars that people we know. I like when my friend here drives into my driveway, I hear it. And I was like, oh, Henry's here. Well, all of a sudden, this individual got this weird look while we were lip smacked together. And he goes, uh-oh. And I'm like, what? I think my girlfriend just pulled up. Girlfriend? What are you talking about? And, this was my first experience, my first real date. And I'm like, oh, shit. So he shoved me onto the sofa and threw a magazine at me, was picking up all of the dinner accoutrement on the floor. He even gave me flowers. And then he put the flowers in a vase. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So in comes this girl. And I'm not mentioning the name because this individual will know who it is. And I'm sitting there like, and she comes in, oh, hi, who are you? I'm Robert. I'm Tom's friend. Oh, yes. So, oh, shit, I just said the name. Anyway, sorry about that. I just outed you. But his girlfriend walked in, interrupted us, and for 3 months, we lived a lie. I was a friend. And the individual confronted me, and I had to tell you the truth because I can't lie. But what a shit show. How does you not say you're living with your girlfriend?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And she came back in the middle of this, and I'm just on top of him, and he gets this look and says, oh my God, that's my girlfriend's car.
You can't make that shit up.
You can't make this shit up. It was my first date of my entire life.
His first gay date.
And quite honestly, it happened 2 or 3 other times throughout my gay dating career, getting the wife pissed off. But those 2 of them were more booty calls than dates. But I just can't understand why this individual couldn't have just said, hey, I have a girlfriend. We still live together. Hopefully she doesn't come back. And then I'd have been prepared.
Well, but, never prepared.
And not really, but I'm 20 years old. What the hell do you do? It was crazy. And quite honestly, all my dating was crazy because it wasn't traditional. This was sort of traditional. I never had anyone cruise me, give me a number, say, let's go out on a dinner date. It was always something intimate and private. And then I was done. I was dating these people. So by coincidence, of course, none of it actually worked out. But I'm telling you, that first experience didn't scare me, but it was one hell of an experience. I was shell-shocked until she knew what was going on. And then we were cordial once the truth came out and everything. But it was hard to face her for 3 months when I would go over there.
I bet.
Living that lie was just crazy.
I bet. Well, let me tell you what happened to me. I went on a speed dating. And, it was just crazy, right? And I've done this 3 times. And every time I've asked, crazier questions. Question like, do you like sex? And look at me like, what? And it's like, do you wear, lingerie? And they just looking at me like, why are you asking me this question? Because I want to know. I don't want to go out with you and find out that you're a virgin and you don't want to have sex, or you don't want to do this, or you don't want to do that, right? So you've got to ask these questions. And I'm going like, I don't care. I'm going to ask the questions and see what happens. And you get some crazy reactions. So I'm going through different, sections of the date, because you have 5 minutes, then you move on to the next girl and the next girl. So I'm on this fourth woman, and she just starts talking about her life, and she's not really looking at me. She's looking off to the right, and it just starts going on and on about her car, her dog, about issues she had with a friend, and I'm just listening. You're supposed to interact with each other, but she doesn't care. It's not like I'm not even there. You know what I mean? She just keeps talking and talking and talking, and then I can't help to overhear about the couple next to me, right? So they start arguing about politics. I'm going like, you gotta be kidding me, right? This is speed dating. You don't talk about politics on your first date, right? And they're getting heated and they're going back and forth. You're wrong. No, I'm right. No, you're wrong. Then the guy finally says, let's take this outside. I'm going like, what are they doing? They get up and they go out the sliding door and shut it. And I just gotta look and see what's going on. They're out there barking at each other. I mean, it's just crazy. So I don't want to be rude. So I look back and the woman is still talking. Like I'm not even there. She just keeps talking. I'm going like, hurry up. I need that bell so that I can get the hell out of here and go to the next date. You know what I mean? And this is just insane, right? And then I feel this pounding. I look over and they're pounding on the door. They couldn't get back in. They're still arguing, right? So I'm going like, okay, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to get up and let them in, right? And I let them in. And you could see that they both were red and they argued. I'm going like, hey, guys, kind of take it easy. Finally, the bell rings and I get to move on. I mean, that's just one of the many insane things that happened during the speed date.
But what was the first lady you said?
The first lady, I'm not going to tell you her name, but, you sat down, obviously across from each other, and, she's got everything organized, right? She's got 1,000 pencils and note cards and a book, and she's like, and she's going, yeah, I'm very organized. I'm going to ask you these questions, and then I'm going to see your reactions, and I'm going to write down your likes and dislikes. And then I'm going like, I mean, it's almost like a robot. I'm going like, I don't want to date a robot. I just to be natural, whatever. So let's begin. I'm going like, it was over before it even started. You know what I mean? She's sitting there taking notes. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I don't like that. And I'm going like, you know what? I don't like any of this. Hurry up and ring this bell so I can get the hell out of here and go to the next table, But you just never know who you're going to meet and what's going to happen, right? I mean, it's just crazy.
And how many times have you done this?
I've done this 3 times.
And the first time?
And the first time, you're kind of a little bit nervous. You're asking questions. You're trying to figure out what's going on. But the good thing is, the people you think aren't going to like you end up liking you, and the people that you like sometimes don't like you. So it's kind of bizarre. You feel like you made a connection with somebody, but then you don't. At the end of it, you get a sheet back with people that liked you and want them. You want to connect with them. They give you your email, right? And the people I thought I was going to connect with didn't want to connect with me, and the people that I didn't want to connect wanted to connect with me. So it's like, you never know. And then the second round was easier, and I just started asking crazy questions. Like what? Do you like to drive fast? Have you ever gone streaking? Just
What was the answer?
It was. Some people said yes, and some people, what was funny was that they answered these questions. And I was just like, well, this is fun. Now I'm having fun, right? And that's part of it, right? You want to have fun. You want to laugh. You want to see, if there's any simpatico there, if there's any kind of connection. So I'm going to go do it again because I think every time it's gotten more enjoyable, So
maybe we should videotape it.
I'm gonna keep going.
Maybe you should have a hidden camera.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get those meta glasses,
and we can blotch out the person
record.
you're interviewing and distort their voice.
Yeah, but it's too much of a pain. But I'm going to check it out again and see how it goes. You just never know, right?
No. And again, I did get some people telling me about their stories with dating, and there's some interesting stories.
Yeah, we're going to touch
But
on some of those.
but we're actually, I'm gonna, hopefully we can do another segment of dating follies, or and have some of these people on to tell you these crazy stories. I don't feel compelled to share what people have already messaged me, um, but I'm going to ask them to come on to the show, because I think we all have had crazy dating stories. I have
No, I
another
have.
one too, which was similar to the first one, but it was with a younger kid, and I was about 10 to 12 years older than he was. And I went to his apartment near the campus of GW, and he didn't know his friends were coming back, and I got thrown into the damn
So
shower again.
You had to run and hide.
I had to run and hide
Because
again.
he didn't want his friends to know he was gay.
That he was gay. And I went out of my comfort zone driving to some stranger's place, but he was younger, so I felt okay. But I got thrown into the bathroom.
Go to the
Into the bathroom. And then
don't go in there.
no, and then someone uses the bathroom. And then you can't tell me that the window didn't show my outline in the curtain.
So you're sitting there hiding
behind the curtain.
And people are using the bathroom.
And people are using the bathroom. 2 people. And then you hear, oh, let's go all out and go for drinks. The guy I was having a date with left me in the fucking apartment.
And they left.
You alone. I was all alone, didn't know what the hell to do. And so I was just like, fuck. And I left.
You can't
never spoke to this guy again. And I left. I don't know what it is. This happened to me probably 4 times. I'm not going to say the last 2, but I've had quite interesting stories on dating. I'll out one on myself when I was dating someone, things were going real well. I'm Latino, so without experience, we tend to mix love and lust. And I thought I was already in love with this one guy.
After one date?
After one date. And the second date, I brought him a dozen roses. That's the last time I ever saw him.
Crazy, man. You're nuts.
And I could hear him say to people, I saw this guy once, and he brought me roses the second time. I'm done with that. And I understand why. Anyone brings me roses on a second date, a dozen at that, and red, I'm running for the hills. But I didn't know. I was thinking I was being romantic or different or cute.
You can't make this up. You can't make it up.
So I'm on the other side of it too. I mean, literally, I felt like the dude wanted to end the date right there. And I felt really bad. Never spoke to him again. I tried to reach out, didn't get anything. And that's when I learned early in my dating, you don't give anyone red roses in the first few dates.
Months.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Maybe even longer than that. But yeah, so I was the bad one in that one, and I chased that guy away with roses.
Look,
and I gave him the roses on New Year's Day. Our date was on New Year's Day.
That's not a good time to date. You have to cover.
Bad choices. But you know what? In hindsight, it was funny as hell because I knew I'd made the mistake. When I saw his face, it looked like his heart just sunk to his asshole.
You gotta focus. You can't lose your mind after 1 or 2 dates. I mean, we've all thought like, does love at first sight, is that real? Not really. Maybe lust at first sight is real, but not love. But this is just some of the insanity that happened to us, and we're going to share much more. And we got.
I have one more. I have another story.
You do? All right, tell them.
So I got an injury in my knee. And, oh God, this is embarrassing. I went to a location where men frequented, okay? And I met somebody, and we exchanged phone numbers. But he didn't know I had a leg injury because I was walking with jeans, and I was walking okay, but I had a leg injury because I had a brace underneath my jeans. So basically, I was injured. Went out on a date with this person,
So you were hobbling around.
I was hobbling around.
That's just.
And okay, so what happened was we were going out and I finally got, what is going on? He asked me what is wrong with my leg, and I showed him. I was in the hospital for 5 days with an infection, and I tore my ACL. Surgery created an infection, so I was in the hospital for about a week. So when we came back, I mean, literally, I couldn't bend the knee.
And recovery never crossed your mind.
No,
I'm not gonna date for a while. I'm gonna heal up and be better.
No, I had to date.
You had to go
hormones.
out.
I was not even 30. And
see, that's crazy. You got to take care of yourself first before you go out dating, right?
I never thought that I was going to be a good lover with one leg until after that date. And we'll just leave that.
One-legged lover. See? You can't make it up. So, man, there's so many more crazy things we can talk about, and we will. And we want to incorporate some of your stories.
Yeah, so please
send
email
us
us.
Information. We're going to talk about it.
What you can email us at justtwoguys@gmail.com. And I would think let's have a speed dating show with volunteers.
We can do that. We can do that.
But they have to agree to be cameraed and no names, but you can wear glasses or something. But
they got to sign
non-disclosure agreements so that we can see a real live.
Good luck getting someone to sign one of those.
Well.
But
let's try to do it.
We're going to try it. We're going to try.
We're going to try to do a live speed dating show.
But listen, send us your information. Send us your stories, right? We want to know. We want to hear. And we want to get it all out there. I think it'd be fun, right?
What was the last time you did your speed dating?
Oh, that was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. There's another one coming up, and this will be my fourth. And I'm going to check that out. And I'll relay that information back to when I see you next
Maybe
time.
I should do it.
Well,
I don't need to do it for the record, but I'm doing it for straight. That would be fun.
They have it for gay people.
They do. I don't want to do that.
Well, okay.
I don't want to mislead anybody because I'm not available.
Then what I'm going to do is speed dating. Right? That makes sense.
Just to have fun.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't that be fun going in there like
I've done it already.
Yeah, but you're available. I'm not.
It is fun. And it is fun, and I
what was the second question you asked? The second lady,
and I recommend doing it, and just have fun with it, man. Just ask insane questions. Do you like lingerie? And I would say, well, I'm kind of prefer Victoria's Secret lingerie, and this is what I prefer.
So to clarify, there were people who thought that this was my friend. No, this is. My friend.
No, we're friends.
We're friends. He's hetero. I'm homo, and
that's what makes us fun.
That's what makes us fun.
Right.
The yin and the yang fits perfectly.
That's right, man.
So yes, no, this is not my partner. For the record, this is my friend.
Not my partner.
Podcast partner.
I'm looking for someone who might be interested, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. What do you think?
So we're gonna
talk some more.
We're gonna talk some more about dating in the future and some more stories. This is just a lot precursor, a little bit foundation. We're gonna do a lot of things. I think our speed dating idea. I want to try to do that.
All right, I'll see if I can.
We'll have disclosure forms, but maybe if we get at least 6 guys and 6 women,
we'll see what we can do.
We can see what we can do, and record that and edit and show it to you all. Yeah. Again. Please send us your stories. We will remain nameless, but if you have a crazy story, and I know a lot of you do. We had some.
Everybody.
Some of my friends actually tell me, "Oh God, I did this, I did that," and I'm not sharing them, but I definitely want to have some interesting dating follies from all of you. We want to follow up with this beginning dating series that we're going to be doing in 2026. With the stories from you guys that are watching us and following us and growing with us. We want to know.
That's right.
We want to know.
So send us your stories.
Please send us your stories. We'll
remain
nameless.
The crazier, the better.
The crazier, the better.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Your name won't be spoken.
That's right.
And I have some stories I have from my other friends, but I cannot share them. I've not been given the green light to. And let me tell you something. Dating is crazy. Dating is crazy. It's just changed. I don't know what it's like today either. If someone is half my age, please tell me what's dating like today. Where do you go? What do you do? And what are the protocols? I didn't even know when I was growing up because
I'm playing catch up because I was out of the scene for 25 years, so I got a lot of catching up.
and the dynamic has also changed with you because he went through a separation and now is divorced. So 27 years. How long were you married? 25 years. And out of the dating pool, that's crazy. That's 2 generations.
Yeah, it's a lot to catch
A
up
lot
on.
has really changed, especially with the phone apps and
So
hook up the computer, which I still ruin dating.
Still trying to figure it out, man. But I will say this: speed dating, it can be fun and it can be crazy. You just never know.
Did they ask you any crazy questions? What were these women like?
No, they didn't really ask me any crazy questions. They I was having fun, and they were a lot more serious than me because I just want to have fun. I'm just going out there, just taking it easy and rediscovering things and trying to have fun. So no crazy questions for me, but you should have seen some of the reactions. We're talking about lingerie, and do you streak, and do you sleep naked? Maybe tell me about that. Do you use one cover if it gets too hot?
Did you ask if they perform fellatio?
No, I didn't. I didn't get that in depth. Okay. But that's that may be a question for another speed dating. We'll see. We'll see where that goes.
I wish I could have this on camera. Or at least hear your voices. Like have the recorder down here, see nothing, right? And hear what is being said.
I tell you, the looks were priceless. Just to let you know, just priceless.
You know what the funny thing is? I never used a dating service. Before the phone apps.
Yeah,
Look,
I don't use
before our phone apps.
The phone apps are bullshit, a lot of them.
Well,
you see a picture, and it's a picture that's 10 years old.
Yeah.
And when you meet the person, it's ridiculous. You don't look anything like this, right? I mean,
that
at
is
least
notorious.
try and be honest and show you who you really are.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. But
it's crazy.
It's crazy how dating has changed. I remember when I was younger, we would go out. You meet people live. You flirt. I thought it was wonderful going to the dance clubs and getting phone numbers. And the funny thing is I think when I was moving, I remember packing this index card file holder. Remember those green index card files, ancient 1960s? Full of notes from tracks with numbers. I didn't realize how much of a flirt I was. So I didn't date all of them, and nor did I sleep with any of them.
You had a catalog.
I had a literal
numbers,
catalog.
right?
I just threw it all in there.
And and back then, it was face to face, right? It wasn't a dating app where you just scroll through and then you think you connect, and then they you get memos and you get the text messages back and forth, and sometimes you never even connect at all. It's all a bunch of bullshit, right? Back when I was dating, it was face to face. You go out, you meet people, you hung out, right? You were happy if you got a phone number and a napkin or a piece of paper. It's like, night was a success. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go home and, I'm going to call this person tomorrow. I'm going to say, hey, what's going on? And we're going to go out. And 9 out of 10 times you would call and you would go out.
You know what's even crazier about dating?
Try and have fun, right?
A lot of our followers and viewers and people who are much younger don't know this.
That's right. It's not about the apps.
What was really cool was I would go to a club, by myself and flirt. I was on the dance floor at Lost and Found in D.C. And I literally Lost and Found. It was
a club. First you were lost, and now you're found at the club. They found you at the club. And found Robert at the club. No, where were you, Robert? Were you lost?
No,
were you lost in the bathroom?
No, that's another story. Anyway, so the one time I remember this guy named Greg, and we were on the dance floor, and I could tell, when I noticed he was staring at me, and I was looking at him, and we were both kind of dancing for each other apart. You kind of shimmying your shimmy and showing what you got.
Right, you're
flirting on the dance floor. Right. It was really hot. I'm telling you, I miss the old days. This electronic stuff is for the birds. But anyway, Lost and Found last call was at 1. The lights were turned on at 2. And him and
everybody's found.
And everybody's found. No, but we were on the back patio, which they had. And the lights were all on. I knew all the bartenders. I knew the owner, the lead bartender, the manager came up to us and said, "Guys, we're closed. and that was on Friday night. Saturday nights they stay open later, leave the lights and music on, but nothing else. But anyway, um, uh, we flirted for like 3 to 4 hours on the dance floor.
That's exhausting.
Then we chatted. We had a great chemistry, and it was the first time I had a one night stand.
First time you one night stand?
Yeah, first time. And I was probably 22, 23. No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was my first one night stand experience. And this man was older than I, but not by much. I was maybe wasn't 21, 22. I was more like 19 before I met the person that I told you about who had the girlfriend come in.
That crazy story.
That crazy story. But what was beautiful about this was the night we had, he was like a teacher, a patient teacher who showed me how to make love. It was like a Penthouse spread. You remember seeing Penthouse, for those of you who are heterosexual or even gay now?
I love Penthouse.
I loved Penthouse back
then. I always
then.
thought it was better than Playboy.
But remember the spreads where they had that light white filter over the picture.
That's
looked like a sheer curtain.
That's right.
So we were doing what we were doing. We got home late. The sun was rising, and all the windows were open, and there were sheer curtains. I felt like a model in Penthouse. Is how this person made me feel. Well, if the curtains were flowing, and when he brought me home, he sat me down in the chair, and he goes like this. He took one shoe off and set it aside neatly. Took the other shoe off and set it to the side neatly. Just crazy dating.
Right.
But this wasn't even a date. But anyway, it was something I'd never experienced because I was so young, and that was the night I de-virgined myself on someone.
Okay.
But it was we don't have that anymore where you flirt. It's all on electronics.
Yeah, it's gotten worse, and
dating is really tough. People are very misled.
They're catfish.
They're catfish.
All this terrible
they're jaded.
Stuff,
they're guarded because of the shenanigans that go on.
My advice is to go out and do it for real. Don't rely on
And here's something that just clicked into me. I think
do it for real.
Dates were far more interesting, fun, and entertaining in the younger days of us than with the apps.
Absolutely.
You'd learn everything from someone in the app instead of going out and learning by communicating.
That's right.
So there's a huge difference. So stop texting and talk.
Pick up the phone and speak.
But this is our first installment of dating. There will be more information or more stories to be told. We want to bring on people to the show. So if you want to join us on the show and tell us your story,
let us know.
Please do.
Send your information.
We would love to have you in. Any locals around where we're at, please let us know. We would love to do that. We're going to expand on this on our dating shows. We'll talk about success stories, challenges, and more shenanigans going forward.
A lot of shenanigans.
And we definitely want to hear your shenanigans. So please give us the green light to share them when you mail us and tell us the stories.
Come on board. And
there's much more stuff. We definitely want to. We want you to be a star for a little bit. So come on the show with us.
So we'll take it and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So this is just a small little baby step in our dating series. And we'll be building more and having more shenanigans and some more crazy stories.
All right. So we'll see you next time. Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger.
See you.
I liked it.